Alrighty folks, starting on the right side of the layout is the steam yard. Alright, so this is a 4-siding steam yard. On the right we have a Lionel GS2 Southern Pacific Daylight. I believe it is a 484, yes, 484 locomotive, right there, sorry about that. And this thing has an awesome air horn, and that's probably my favorite feature about it. Alright, moving on siding number 2, we have Lionel's Vision Line Union Pacific Big Boy number 4005. This is a 4884 type steam locomotive, and when I first got this locomotive I was like really excited, because I know the model railroading community was really excited. And I gotta say, my favorite feature about this is probably the level of the smoke output and the refilling of the coal in the tender. I think that is really cool. Alright, next up on siding number 2, or siding number 3, it depends which way you're looking at it. We have Norfolk and Western JLC Y6B number 2200. This is also I believe it's a 2882 type steam locomotive, and this was one of the first engines made by Lionel that had dual Fat Boy speakers, and its Hooters whistle is a really good whistle. Alrighty, now on siding 1, or what some people might consider siding 4, we have one of Lionel's most beloved steam locomotives, the New York Central Vision Line Niagara, and this is a 4884 type steam locomotive. Alright, that's the steam yard. Now moving on to the left. Alright, so this piece of Atlas track, the uppermost one on the right, this is what I call the upper outer main track. It can be a completely independent looped track that goes all the way around the entire layout. So as you see, it merges here, and then it can go right through the double bridge, and then around, up past Cherry Grove, past the tanker fueling station, then around through a single bridge over there, and then through that beautiful MTH bridge. We'll talk about that more later. Alright, next to that upper outer main track we have a siding, excuse me, and then a single track running through a single bridge that eventually leads down past the light tower behind the switching booth, and there, and merges onto the outer main. I'll get a shot of that for you guys later. But back to here, it merges with this track. This is not an independent loop track, mind you, but it can go onto the independent loop track. It can continue going straight along the right hand side, this track, through the double bridge, and then through Cherry Grove, and then it can go through here, and this is a reversing loop. So that branch off would come right out of the single bridge, and then it would reverse and come through the track on the right, through Cherry Grove, and reverse itself, and then eventually make its way down. And down right there, in the opposite direction this time. Alright, so let's talk about Cherry Grove for a minute. So, this is Cherry Grove. It's a elevated village. The reason why I called it Cherry Grove was because when I went to the Strasburg Steam reunion, if you haven't seen that video, I recommend going to see that. Day 1 is uploaded, Day 2 video coming soon. When I went to the Strasburg Steam reunion at 611 and 475, I thought that, I believe there's a place there called Cherry Crest, or Cherryville, or it actually might be Cherry Grove. So if I stole the name from there, well, that's my fault. Comment below what it is. I could really use some help on knowing that. But anyway, whatever it was, I thought that Cherry Grove would be a nice thing. And also because my favorite summertime fruit is a cherry. I know I can be weird about a lot of things, but just don't worry about it. Alright, and then there's like a little station here. And, little house right there. I joke that that's my brother's house. A carousel that can be operated. Right now the wires are not out. We're still working on some wiring. And yeah, it's just a nice little elevated village. Alright, now on to... Still elevated, and on the elevated outer main track, here is the really nicely done MTH bridge. And it's just a really nice looking bridge. And I'm still waiting to run 8044 through there. We might have to remove these black hand railings out, just because it can get caught on the cow catcher. I don't know why they called it a cow catcher. They should call it a railing catcher, because 300 got caught on there. And yeah. Alright, so that's the branch off from the merge over there, and it joins up there. But also you could take this track down and come into the diesel yard. We're on this Atlas track, this one right here, and you take it here and you'd find yourself at the diesel yard. Alright, we have an HO station there. Now, why do I have an HO station on a 3-rail O-scale layout? Well, when I saw this station at a local train show that I go to about 3 times a year, I'm pretty sure I got it last May. The next show will be in May, but I got this last May. I thought it was just a really cool thing. And 8044 is like almost twice the size of it. But when I saw this, I was really excited. Most of which is because I love food, and I'm not fat, alright? Because if you guys haven't seen me, I'm not fat. But it's got that little restaurant up there. Sorry, I gotta get the focus right here. And I thought that was really cool. And it's got these people basically going to work. You can see the platform right there. There's even a little newsstand. And I thought that was really cool. Alright, now on to the rest of the diesel. Alrighty, switch 13, coming right off of the downhill to the diesel yard. Take switch 13. You have a choice of 2 sidings. One of which is an independent siding that Santa Fe number 354 is parked on. You have, or you could go to switch 4. You could be like, oh, okay, which side do I want to take? You could take the middle one that Norfolk Southern 300 genset switcher is parked on. Review coming up on that soon. And we could just take this lonely one. Alrighty folks, it's about time to leave the diesel yard. Don't get your hopes up, this video isn't even close to being over. Alright, so what we just merged on was that's coming right out of the diesel yard. Right there. And it merges with what I call the inner main. And that is an independent loop. That's what that Santa Fe boxcar, this consist on the left, is parked on. And these tanker cars are parked on. And for those of you people who rail fan Bound Brook, I'm not saying you're foamers. Some of you are. Look at that. Bound Brook right there. Come on, focus. There we go. Look at that. Bound Brook. That's the Bakelite car. Shout out to Connecticut Rail Films for getting me that. Also, shout out to Jeffy the Rail Fanner. Alright, here's 8044. He's there from yesterday's review. Alright, and that closes up the inner main. Alright, now on to the outer main. So, you can take a merge there. And then it comes right onto the outer main right here. This outer main is also an independent loop. This outer loop is capable of the Y6B and the big boy running on because it has 072 curves compared to the inner loop, which is made up of a few 063s and a few 048s. Alright, so this is a independent loop that goes to this abandoned consist, but I don't really call it abandoned because that's what the steamers pull. So most of the steam engines run on there. And yeah, that's about it for right now. If you guys have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. I'd actually really like to hear from you guys. Just because I like hearing from you guys. YouTube is a place for me to show my passion. And my passion is displayed right here on my layout downstairs in my basement. And I'd really like to thank my father for helping me, and he put a lot of his own time into making this layout what it is. Will there ever be grass on here? Most likely no. Will it ever be realistic? Most likely no. But you know what? If you come down here to the layout downstairs and you give it a good look, you'll probably say, I can see that in real life. But the only thing that you can't see is an HO station on a no-gauge track. Let me tell you that. Guys, thank you so much for 16 subscribers. It really means a lot. And I know there's people out there with millions and millions, and some people even have like over 100 million subscribers. Look, I'm not planning to get there. I'm not even planning to get to 2,000. But if that day ever comes, I'll be really, really happy. But life isn't about YouTube. You know, it's just one of my other passions. It's a passion to show my other passion. I'm going to shut up right now.